Hi, this is Steve Holland with Holland's Home Services and HeatExchangerSafety.com. This episode, we're going to talk about heat exchanger safety and carbon monoxide and some of the common myths associated with heat exchangers and heat exchanger safety. Now let's talk about why heat exchangers fail. There are several reasons heat exchangers fail. Number one reason, lack of airflow. This is a big problem. If you don't have the right amount of airflow going across this hot, heated up metal, it's going to cause stress points and it will eventually fail. That is typically the biggest problem, and the reason for it is contractors do not size ductwork properly, and they do not make sure that they're setting up the airflow at the time of installation. So here's the rule. If you're getting a new furnace, or if you're building a new home, make sure you get properly sized duct system and make sure it's set up at the day of installation so that your heat exchanger lasts a long, long time. Second reason heat exchangers fail is because of a poor design by the manufacturer. Now, of course, they don't do this intentionally. I don't think you'd find one out there that says, well, we're going to build an inferior heat exchanger. But what we do know is that over time, and while it's used, we have found some problems. Most manufacturers are really good about getting their problems solved, and they will fix them over time, and hopefully they stand behind their warranties. So manufacturer's defects or manufacturer's inferior design is what I call it, will cause heat exchangers to fail prematurely. Another one, and this is more directly related to airflow, is dirty filters. Homeowners have to get in the habit of changing their filters. We go for getting our teeth cleaned every 6 months, we brush our teeth every day, we do all these things, but we neglect our furnace. Make sure you're changing your air filters. And then the last thing is overfired furnaces. Firing rates of a furnace that's too high, setting gas pressures too high, not doing the proper setup or proper tune-ups, proper maintenance, those types of things. If you're having your system maintained on a regular basis, meaning every single year, in some cases twice a year, you can save the life of your heat exchanger or extend that life for a long, long time. One other challenge with heat exchanger failures, and this is again associated or related to airflow. This is your evaporator coil. Many contractors or technicians call this the A coil. This is the portion of your air conditioning system that's located above the furnace inside the home. If you take a look at this particular A coil, the pan has actually melted. That means that the heat exchanger either overheated or the evaporator coil, and here you can see some dirt and debris, actually plugged, so air couldn't go through it. It got so hot that it actually melted the pan. Evaporator coils are a very common area that can cause airflow problems. If this evaporator coil plugs up with dirt, dust, and debris, because of a lack of maintenance, it will cause your heat exchanger to prematurely fail, or it could cause your heat exchanger to prematurely fail due to the over temperature or the stress that you're causing on it. So make sure that when you have your air conditioning system serviced, make sure the technician's going in here and checking the evaporator coil and making sure that the airflow is going through the evaporator coil properly. And I'm Steve Holland with Holland Home Services and HeatExchangerSafety.com. I hope you enjoyed this episode about heat exchanger safety. For more information, you're welcome to visit our website at hollandheating.com, or you can visit us at HeatExchangerSafety.com.